Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Flying with Mike. Just getting things all set up here in Philadelphia for a flight up to Burlington, Vermont. Then we'll come out of Burlington, Vermont, headed for the nation's capital, Reagan National. Who knows? I haven't even looked ahead to see what kind of weather's down there. We might be able to play on the river's approach. But anyway, ToLiss A319 on the deck, getting ready to go here. We're going to kind of do a little tutorial here for someone out here trying to learn the McDo here. Not going to be able to show it all off, but we'll show what I do to get things ready. And if you know, and then in the event we need to do a en route change of runways or approaches or what have you, I'll kind of show you the way you do that. Beyond that, I don't really go too deep into the McDo's, but we will enjoy this. So we are in stand B5 at Philadelphia, and what a great, it is such a great airport. I mean, we're up here in the tower view now. Hang on. And this scenery from Star Sims, really, really good. Right now, my only comments are the whitewashing we see out there. It's really pervasive at St. Louis. But here, not as bad. You can actually make out a little bit more coming in on 5. But from St. Louis, it's just like a big white. You got to get in before you start seeing the runways and all. So I don't know if that's something to do with the way sceneries have gone with 2.0, or not 2.0, but prior to it, and so forth. But yeah, just a magnificent scenery here. I don't know if we'll catch it, but a SEPTA train may come through. Maybe Amtrak. I don't know what all comes through, but they've really done a phenomenal job here. As I kind of pan around. Let's pan around the other way. So you can see, yeah, just everything's here. Cargo City down there, UPS over there, some, I mean, just really done well. The A, B, C, D, E, the alphabet gates, all present. Even the commuters way over here. And just a really, really nice scenery. So check it out. I don't know if I have it on a quick pull. No, I don't. All right, I'll have to do that here soon. All right, but anyway, yeah, that's where we're at, and I hope you enjoy. Here's another look at the little A319. Now, one other caveat, and before you guys get going, they don't have that livery anymore. You're right, they're in A321s now. Not sure why the change, just probably American, US Air American going, huh, how can we freshen things up? Let's change the heritage liveries over to 321s. Eh, who knows? Not the one that runs the company. Gosh help us if I did. Oh. So, but anyway, there it is, getting ready to go. We're in the cockpit. Let's take a look at the flight. After we put up the overlay, let's see, Sim Toolkit's always the best tool here for this. All right, so you can see the routing. Oh, we actually have DC Center up. Wow, that wasn't there earlier, so cool. We'll have to call them before movement here. Anyway, there you go, all the way up. So we're going out on the ditch, LUIGI, HNNAH, LLUND, CAM to runway 15. Pretty decent. I'm not certain. I think there's 2 runways there. We'll have to make sure that's the right one. Okay, up here is our loadout. Again, kind of relative. Payload will be 24,075. Yeah, we'll see. The problem comes in right here with cargo. What I aim for is trying to get as close to our zero fuel weight, which is 117,000. 246 pounds. Now, I'm not going to nail it, but you never know. Every now and then, this thing surprises me. We also uplifted 13,600 pounds of cargo. I'm sorry, of fuel. 107 peeps. Now, that number is set in stone. That will be on the plane, and we'll be departing Niner left out of here in Philly. Philadelphia, as we like to call it. Yeah, that would have been a great song. Philadelphia. Oh, anyway, I'm not going to do it. I'll lose people. Cost index 60 for the flight, and 39,000. That I think we can make, not 100% sure. All right, whether or not we go, yes, we do. Weather here, kind of iffy. Winds 040 at 8-mile visibility. It's overcast at 600. So guess what? Those of you flying here, get your ILS ready, or RNAV, however you want to fly it, and be ready for, well, with the wind that high, the chance of fog is lowered, but not out of the question. Temperature and dew point are the same. Up in Burlington, no, it's not snowing. We're not far enough north. But it could. No. 203, hence the choice of 1.5 by SimBrief, 10-mile visibility, and pretty decent day up there. Just a few clouds here and there. And balmy 75 degrees up there. So beautiful flight once we get airborne. Looks like some rain maybe trying to push in here into Philadelphia. So we'll get things up and going. Hang on a second. I'm going to go ahead, pre-file to put me on notice. We got to get going. Everything looks good. Yeah, I find when I pre-file, it kind of helps keep me moving, and I don't try so hard to get stuck in a rut or in a rabbit hole. So, how was your all weekend while I'm getting this all readied up? We had a really great flight yesterday from McConnell Air Force Base to Scott Air Force Base up to Offutt. Learned a couple things that I'll have to do next time. Oh, we did that wrong. Hang on. There we go. All right, we'll file that. But yeah, we learned some things that if you're going to do where we end up shooting approaches at Mid-America, then going on to Offutt, we should file to that airport where we're going to do the approaches, even though they're missed approach. And then once there, file to the next place, or have two on file. I don't know how you would do that in real world, but that's what dispatchers are for, right? They get to figure out all the hard stuff. We just get in the plane and try and make sense of whatever they gave us. All right, and we do have a dispatcher or two here that check in from time to time, so yeah, they'll beat me up later. Anyway, let's get rolling here, shall we? We have already gone through the batteries. They are indeed on. We're on external power. You heard the CVR test, cockpit voice recorder. Each of the engine checks you should have heard. And we have the APU up and running. We'll put the bleed on, come off ground power. Now I'm going to head over here real quick and dispense with the generator, external ground power, and get back here to weight and balance. All right, let's reset the current. Okay, so we are looking at 117,246, about 400 pounds. Okay, that ought to work just about nicely. So we'll come over here, click the mechanic, go to page 4. plus, load. Okay, go back to the weight and balance, hit reset. 117,382. Okay, that's not bad. 13,492. Okay, that's good too. And we'll put her on takeoff performance as we are getting ready. All right, so from here, it's pretty simple. We just, we done our cockpit checks, flaps, show 0 and 0. Speed brakes are down, not armed, and we'll get rid of that. What else do we need down here? Oh, master switches for engine 1 and 2 are off. No engine controls normal. Just make sure our throttles move. That actually didn't happen once. That kind of really caught me off guard. Welcome to what flight simming can do. Just like the real plane, they can catch us off guard too. The only saving grace for us is nobody's real behind us. Those guys in the air for real actually have a lot on their shoulders. Okay, so we're aligning the IRS. Let's get to work. Okay, this is going to be part 1 of the McDo. Hang on a second as I get it situated. Perfect. All right. So again, ooh, what's our date? Oh, July. My bad. Whew. I saw June. I thought June 9. I'm like, I thought we already updated. Okay, so make sure your active date is current if you keep your SIM and your FMSs all up to date. If you don't have to worry about it. They do in the real world, you don't in the flight sim. Now, VATSIM guys may have a problem with you, but that's on them. But anyway, we are current with the most current HNNAH out there. So we'll go to init. If you have a SimBrief account, you can connect it here. All you got to do, go read the manual, because there is some extra steps you can take to make it more efficient for your type of flying. Okay, we'll push init request, and it's doing just that, going out to dispatch, going, hey, where's my flight plan? And a couple seconds later, hey, here it is. Boom, puts it in. Just like that. All right, and then we'll go clear and clear and clear. All right, now don't click Align IRS just yet. Your coordinates are right here. If you want to be as real as you can, here's what you do. Let me get charts up here. You can set these to as close to your gate, if not your gate, as possible. How, you might ask? All right, well, NavGraph is also connected to SimBrief. There's our flight right on top, imported right in our routing. And initial maps. Pretty sure the coordinates will not be on there. Nope. Okay, go to the chart icon, taxi, and then scroll down to parking gate coords. We said we're Bravo 5, so we're going to look for anything as close to Bravo 5 as possible. Looks like B1 through B8, so 3952.5. Okay, and then click the longitude side, 7514.6. Okay, if it doesn't work the right way, go the wrong way and it'll get up there. 7514.6. Now that these are correct, and you can check them as much as you want, click Align IRS. When this number gets to 0, that's what it will now take it from the wherever the reference point for the airport is that they started with, closer to your gate. So it's getting it more and more accurate. We'll go ahead, put 60 in for the cost index, get our wins, and there they are. All right, now I am actually going to go to page 2 and move this out for now. And stand by, I'm getting Philadelphia 4 up. I don't know if that will play to our advantage or not here, but we'll find out. Okay, so what I put it on page 2 by hitting the left arrow, we're going to head over here to the EFB again, and I screwed up. I should have stayed there. We're going to double check our numbers. 117.117.3 diagonal 28.4. Boom. Block fuel. Okay, hang on. Why is that? Hang on a second. This is not lined up right. Okay, we're going to refuel again. I don't even know if the truck will come out for this. Oh, it did. I can see something moving. Okay, we'll see where it puts us at, and then we'll double check our numbers. Should not be too much to get us up where we need to be. Okay, looks like that's all we're going to get. Okay. All right, we'll leave it there and proceed to flight plan. Okay. So, continuing here with this McDo tutorial, go to Philadelphia, go to departure, 9 left, and I need to look at Philadelphia 4. Does it have anything to do? Just climb on runway headings. Okay. We'll put it in. No transition and insert. Okay, we're gonna. All right, so what we're gonna do, just basically go out like it said. Now we're gonna keep this discontinuity in place. Eventually we would, once we get out, so far they will direct us to ditch or along our route. And there's Cambridge. Same thing up here, go to BTV, arrivals. All right, now let's look at this airport. Oh, you're not looking at it. Let's bring charts in so you can. There are 2 runways, but I'm pretty sure 15's the one we'll use. 8319. Now, don't think you would not most likely choose the north-south runway. However, if you've ever watched this stream and several other people out there, Santos Dumont runway shorter than this. And they run A319, 320, 737s onto that runway every day, and quite a bit of them, plus your RJs, regional jets. So don't let it fool you, but I wouldn't here. I'd just stick to the big runway. All right, 8,300 feet. So we'll do the ILS. First off, I don't know if we have any. It looks like 0 approaches. So we'll select. Now we have the choice of the ILSs from LUND or from final or stave. So let's look at the chart. Basically, it looks like an RNAV chart, doesn't it? If you go to LUND, you come in, you turn in on the localizer. Okay. Stave, you're on the I'm going to go to LUND. So we're going to select ILS. There are no stars. Via, no, not Stave, not Willab. LUND. And you can see it drew it out for us. No transitions because we don't have a star. Insert. All right, now I am going to actually clear the discontinuity. Insert it. Okay, so now we'll go CAM direct LLUND. Now they could vector us, which will stink because I'll have to figure that out. But that's what I'm planning to do. LLUND to Stave, to FOVs, to a runway probably. There's our alignment complete. All right, missed approach will be a hard right-hand turn to Winla. And we hold. And should we have to divert, I'm not expecting it. I'm gonna say I'll bet Boston. Yep, Boston's where we head. All right, so there you have it. There's how you put a flight plan in. Now, let's just for fun. Now, you can fill in departure, arrival here. I believe, matter of fact, I know. Hang on a second. Let me get this all put in here in charts. Okay, there we go. And last but not least, let me get it back down to Philadelphia. Okay. There we go. Let me look at our flight plan real quick. Yeah, it would be the direct LEB, direct Kennebuck, Ocean 5 arrival to Boston. And that's what you would do. Just direct. And then come down here. You would click Boston, just like we did earlier. Click arrival. We'll go ahead and go through it. I don't even know what runway. So, I can kind of check. Currently 07. Currently 33 right. Oh, ILS 4 right and 9. So, yeah. Anyway, you would then click Boston, arrival, whatever approach you want to do, and then the Ocean 5 star. Okay, so there you have that part of it. Now, let's press on here since we are there. RadNav. All we're checking is to make sure it's good to bring us back. Should something require it, go to perf. All right, we'll put that away. Go back over here. Take off performance. Philadelphia. Okay, landing 9 right. That makes sense. Departing 9. Oh, sorry. Departing 9 left. Okay, currently light drizzle, overcast 730, 11. So we are going to go, should be showing, we'll get wet. And 070 at 6, that's close enough. Well, what the heck. 070 6. And yeah, we'll go with the air conditioning on. Maybe. There we go. Compute. Let's kind of bring in some flaps. Little better. We'll go with that. All right, so there's your basic setup here on your EFB. And you can play with this to your heart's content. You could even change this from flex to toga, which would then lower it a little bit more, maybe not much. But now come over to your McDo, click, geez, I forgot what I just clicked. Anyway, click. Now, before you click anything else, fill it in. So 3011, and don't worry, you can go to METAR, is 1019. Only reason it's not showing that is because my front control panel, autopilot, is not showing. 070 diagonal 6. Let's go wet. And I'll go ahead, put 2 in the flaps. Don't worry about flex takeoff right now. We'll get to it in a minute. Takeoff request. It'll tell you when it's there. There it is. Click received. Clear. I'm checking something real quick. I don't know if Black Box has anything for Philadelphia. That would be a negative. Cool, no problem. Let's see. So if we were to click insert right now, we're inserting the data for a toga max power takeoff. We went flex, so now click flex. 68, flaps 2. Our trim's a little different, and but our speeds look the same. We'll go with up 05, insert. Now, like I just said, if you want realism and you're at an airport, black box is done, especially here in the US. Not a lot of them are done, but a lot of your major airports, I know Philly is technically, quote, quote, a major, but so is Charlotte. And he hasn't modeled those 2 in his website. By modeling, I mean put the data in for your thrust reduction, acceleration, and engine out acceleration. If you don't have the numbers nor don't know how to calculate this, go with what's there, like I am. And that took care of the McDo for now. We'll work with it a little bit in flight, but overall, that is how you get it set up. So I really hope, and I will announce his name, I hope he doesn't get upset. Godspeed, I hope that helped you out. That is getting it set up. Now, if you want to go another level of realism, I don't do the second SEC flight plan. What that is it basically puts in another flight plan. And a lot of real world pilots say there's an engine out procedure. If there's something else that could come up, they'll put it in so they don't have to sit there and reprogram the whole doggone thing or get airborne, lose an engine, and then have to go, oh my God, we got to program it. They've got it, hit second, activate it, whatever they do. I've only used it once or twice. So that's a possibility. Next up, I am going to, since I'm with Virtual American, as we all saw on the opening screen, Oop, back up, back up. Wait. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. There we go. Get my departure clearance. We're at Bravo 5. And our ATIS at Philadelphia looks to be whiskey. Now, it's not VATSIM, so I hope that's what does it, what keeps us. I'm going to get a Pegasus running. So I don't, one, forget, two, maybe that has something to do with it too. Now, I already know that the flight, this is a real world flight that flew, is about to take, no, has taken off probably. And the last one that went to gate 6. Whoop, whoop, whoop. One too many. XXXXX. All right, and send. Come on, send. Okay, we'll come back to it. All right, so we are ready to go. The only thing I need to do is come over here, clear, F plan. I'm going to go back to perf and put in, let's get us online. Oh, I probably have to connect too. AAL2134, is that correct? A319. Really? I don't have a controller, it's saying. Huh. Well, I'll be doggone. 3044. Well, hopefully they don't get mad with me then, since it's saying I don't have a controller. All right, I'm going to check copy real quick to see if I popped up on there. All right, AAL. Oh, yeah, I just... Okay, all right. All right, well, that means I got to get CTAF. $18.5. Okay. Uh, 3011. Put, I think our initial, just in case someone comes up. Oh, it doesn't have one. Okay. Well, then let's push it to 39 and if need be, change it. All right, 39 all set, ready to go. Landing gear, brake fans off. Nope, we don't want to touch that yet. Anti-skids on, 3 green down, ready to go. All doors closed. Okay, let's get better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I'm not getting anything that's signifying it took. Let's try J.
Tow connected.
Well,
and
we'll
bike
find
has
out.
been inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, just making sure everything's good to go. Okay, I think we're ready to push it. Hang on. Philadelphia, common traffic, American 2134, pushing back, stand Bravo 5 to taxi to 9 left.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
All right, we are
Operation
pushed
complete.
back.
Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, we're available. Let's get the timer going and let's get our checks done. APU bleed off, ground spoiler armed. Flaps 2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Yeah, thanks for the pushback. For those curious, that is a free utility from X-Plane, and it really is, as you could see. You could really get really intense with it. And I have at some places. May not be right or wrong, but it's fun to use that utility to its max. Okay, there's the pins. Let's go. All right, so we need to set our trim to 5.0 up. So I like to bring it out just so my tired eyes can read it better. Okay, and then I do a check of my control surfaces. It's a little out of sequence with the checklist, but I'm here. I see it's real easy to get things. And I'm just checking everything does go to the center. Good. And then rudders. Okay. And then what we'll do, I'd like doing this just kind of. Okay, flaps are 2. All right, next up, go up here, turn the APU off. Lights are set and ready to go. Slides armed. You can actually do that if you want. Go in here, you can actually go click. Does it do anything? I don't know. I've never really looked back there. Nose wheel lights on, elapsed times running, brakes checked, flight controls checked, auto brake. Set that to max. Cabin, one more time. They're in the middle of their brief. And here we go. Philadelphia traffic, American 2134, type A319 taxi, runway 9 left. Okay, we got to go all the way down to Kilo 6. All right, before takeoff, transponder TARA. Radar on. And terrain radar on. And Philadelphia common traffic, American 2134 departing 9 left. Philadelphia for departure. All right, landing lights are indeed on. Brake temperatures are fine, landing lights on, nose wheel lights on. We're ready for takeoff here. As soon as we get lined up, we will roll the takeoff. Turn the anti-ice on, just a safety precaution. Temperatures aren't anywhere close to being worried about it. Rolling. Okay, 80 knots. Rotate. Okay, nice takeoff out of Philadelphia and headed up to X-Plane Laminar country, as I understand it. Could be way off, but we had a big fly-in event a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, and they were saying X-Plane up there, so we're headed there in the ToLiss A319. And since I was remiss, I let the poster do a lot of the work for me. We're in X-Plane 12 2.0 release 1. So the first release candidate for 2.0 is out there. You'll have to run the installer, make sure beta's checked, and get it, and you'll be up to date. There were a couple of minor updates with the release, but overall, what we had in, what were we at? Beta 7, 8, 9, 10? No. Beta 7, I think it was. We are now a release client. So you all are getting to experience it just like me. Let's take a look out the window. Wow. Nice layer here. Nice indeed. Okay, final call outs here. 10,000 feet, the landing lights will go off. Most likely I'll go ahead and kill the anti-ice I have on, and then we'll continue on up. 39,000's where we're headed. Hey, thanks for joining us today. And for those coming in from yesterday, thank you so much for being a part yesterday. That was really a fun stream. I myself learned a bit, which is always good when the pilot in command learns, but I hope you all did too. The big takeaway from that, those of you with VSOAs, I probably knew this years ago. I haven't done training missions like that in a long time. If you're going to go from, say, my game was, and here's what we did, went from McConnell to Scott Air Force Base to Offutt. So I made that all one flight plan, planning to delay at Scott and then go on. Well, I was told no, you have to make separate flight plans. So now I got to figure out how logistically to do that. So, but anyway, hey, great controller. Hopefully we didn't give him too many gray hairs. And glad to have had him aboard. He also was a follower yesterday, so thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the kindness and all the great that came out of yesterday's stream, and comments of the YouTube video that followed a couple of hours later. You know what? Since it's calling, even though it's green, I'm going to go ahead. Ah, that's why. I was on. I'm glad it made me look. Made you look. All right, let's get this thing on its way. About 45 minutes away from Burlington, Vermont. Now we're hoping, what we were trying to do with that departure clearance, and I mean to tell you, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Gonna check. I don't think I can do it very easily. I guess I could. Hang on. Oh, here we go. What airplane did we use? That's what I thought. Okay. Well, it may not work with Philadelphia. That could very well be the possibility. Inbound it works, maybe not outbound. All right, and over here standard climbing up to 39,000. And let me see here. Oh yeah, we'll get a little bit out of it. All right. I was wondering how much of a cruise we'd get. Well, if it works, if what I was attempting to make works, we're pretty, how far out was this flight? In about 130 miles or so from Philadelphia. So once we get past New York City and all that, we should get a company message. Could. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning to, I don't think we will. But anyway, if we do, great. And it's going to tell us what gate and how to, the state of the aircraft. All right, keep this open because guess what likes to come up? This little place called Boston Center. Especially tonight. Tonight is Montkin Monday on VATSIM. So I expect sometime between now and on our way back to DC, probably Boston up. All right, we're through 23, so we'll go ahead, turn the wing lights off, even though it's sunny out. They don't need to be burning right now. And we're on our way. Keep the door locked. We're on that. We'll bring this way down. All right, there's 10 minutes after departure, folks. So, you know, sometimes you'll get a clearance 10 minutes after departure. 10 minutes after departure, you know, let's see, let me do it right. Cleared to 5,000, 10 minutes after departure, cleared flight level, whatever, or whatever altitude. 10 minutes just occurred. All right, I am going to push out the radar over here. Keeping, you know what, for now, let's get a wider scope of what's going on. What's going on? 74 miles till top of descent, or top of climb. Round that part if what we were trying to do on the AOC works, we'll get a company message. If it doesn't, gate 6 is where we're headed. Planning to shut down the APU and go on ground power as soon as we get there. So again, hope y'all have enjoyed a weekend. We actually had a pretty good one here. Surprise, surprise, my oldest daughter showed up here at the house, actually at sister-in-law's house. to go swimming in their pool along with the wife and the little one, the little first officer. Enjoyed. Then they came back for a great Father's Day dinner, and she stayed the night. So, hey, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, she has to head back home today, but sometime today. So, but yeah, we little confusing at church yesterday for me. The sermon, actually really confusing, and don't know how to put it into words yet. Not sure I will be able to before our gospel community tonight. Just really, maybe it's just because I'm more laser-eyed on the verses versus the content, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that was a little rough. But other than that, it was great Father's Day. Hey, to the fathers out there, I hope you all had a great Father's Day. And guardians of young little ones, or those we call mentors and all, happy Father's Day. All right, let's bring in VATSPI here. The cool thing here is, JFK's up. I happen to know of the guy controlling JFK approach. Good man, good virtual airline. I don't know if you would call it that or flying club. Either way, great place. So, but anyway, we're on our way. All right, so this cloud cover is starting to break up, so that's kind of nice. LLUND is where we're at now, headed out and away. I think we're right over New York City. So hard to tell, I know. We're in the clouds. Well, we're above the clouds. Bluefin 234. Hey, thanks for the follow. We sure appreciate you coming aboard. Thank you, and I hope to see you on future flights. Just as a reminder to everyone, today we're flying Philadelphia to Burlington. Then a short break, very short break, I hope, in Burlington. And we're headed to Reagan National. So hope you all enjoy. And we're going to do it in the A319, the one you see here. November 745 Victor Juliet, Allegheny Airlines. Actually was the airline my dad flew when he started airline service back, many years ago as a turboprop pilot. If many aren't familiar, U.S. Airways, which is what Allegheny was under, well, that came about because of Piedmont, Allegheny, PSA, and I think there's a fourth one. I can never remember it. Coming together, kind of like Conrail did, the government. You know, if you guys are familiar with U.S. railroads, turned it into an airline, U.S. Air, and from there grew. Allegheny, Piedmont, and PSA became regional carriers, meaning they flew turboprops and regional jets. While the big airline, U.S. Air, took care of everything, flying 727s, 737s, 767s. Eventually, America West would join the gang by buying it out when it was U.S. Airways. Or did it become U.S. Airways? That part I always forget. But then they got the Airbus infusion. And lo and behold, U.S. Airways ends up buying out American Airlines, keeping the names. So, a little bit of history. But yeah, Allegheny was the airline my dad flew with in Dash 8s. Mergers. Oh, yeah, a whole bunch. It was a merger for U.S. Airways. Okay.
Turning right, heading 360, change your set by LS 209 right.
Ah, I think I got myself still on the wrong frequency. Hang on, we just got a call to 11,000, I think. I always forget to come off CTAF. Ah, it was a merger. Okay. I really never caught what became, how U.S. Air became, other than those 3 or 4 airlines came together. I lived in Dayton, Ohio under Piedmont when they had 727s. What else did we see there? I think that's all we saw. Maybe 737s. But I think we did see 737-200s. But yeah. All right, so Auto ATC told us to descend and maintain 1000. Well, they're going to have to wait a second. I'll be doggone. We got a company message. Cool. Next phase. I said next phase. Okay. Let's get over here real quick. Get that punched in here. Get our latest and greatest ATIS out of here. We'll get the gate information in a moment. 1554, 15. All right. Love it when all I got to do is copy and paste. 3010. So 30.10. Okay. Temperature 26. I'll show you how I know I went real quick getting here, because we got to descend. 11. Otherwise, if Boston Center came up and saw us like that, they'd be very upset. No, they wouldn't. They'd just say, get your butt down there. All right, so we got all of that plugged in. Go back to perf. Now, how I got there, we were still on the climb page, so just click next phase till you get to approach. Okay, now, perf, we're actually 71 miles. Since they said descend to 11,000, down we go. There we go. All right, now, here's what I'm talking about. See how it says company message? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to the McDo, ATSU, AOC and receive our message. American Airlines Telex. We are assigned we're unknown gate. Gate assignment for us is unknown. Ground power, yes. Ground air, yes. No frequency. Keep APU shut down when able. Automated service. Okay, so we didn't get an actual gate here. I'm just going to go by what the last airline or flight did, which was gate 6. Yeah, the clouds really are. So are we. We're in the release 1, as you can tell in the title. Yeah, Bluefin, you are not, I mean, they are phenomenal. Like I said, we flew a fly-in, good Lord, I forget how long back, up here in Burlington. ATC got on my case there too. Is there a trend? I don't know. Anyway, so that's why I think this is laminar country up here. We're headed to it. The clouds really do look really good. A little flat, but they could very well be flat up here. We're starting to break into clearer skies, so it could be a more strata layer and they would look more flattish, if that's a word. If not, I just made it up. Add it to the dictionary. Next year, spellers spell it. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, around Memorial Day every year, the National Spelling Bee here in the United States, those kids are awesome watching them spell these words. I don't even know what the heck half of them are, even though they tell us the definition and use it in sentences, all of that other interesting stuff that goes with it. How these kids, I mean, holy mackerel. Great job to each and every one of them, even though I know there has to be a winner. Great job. You guys are just rock, man. When you just watch them, it's just like, holy mackerel. And we're not talking high schoolers. We're talking middle school, I think is as old as they are. Upper elementary to middle school. I don't think there's any in high school. I'm just like, oh my gosh. We didn't have that when I was in school. We had spelling bees, yes. I don't remember there being a national one, even though they're saying it was like 100-something-year-old this year. Really amazing to watch. I love watching that every year. So those kids just blow my mind away. I am hoping for the day. I mean, I remember, you know, and usually it's summertime, so hopefully we'll see it here, where we have the puffy white clouds just as far as you can see around you on the ground. I hope to see that rendered here one day. And I don't know how it looks on a METAR for the system to trigger it so that it would render properly, but so cool what the clouds are looking like. And you can see that phenomenon on satellite. I don't know if there is an actual term for it in a METAR, but or to doubt TAF. But yeah, just a really good job by oh, excuse me, hiccups are coming on. All right, we are not far out. Let's see. All right, we're 159 miles from Burlington, Vermont. Well, I had Beta 7. If you didn't hear, overnight, they released release candidate 1. Now, there are a couple tweaks in it on the X-Plane page. If you run the updater, you have to run the updater, obviously, in beta to get that update. But yeah, they're actually would be Beta 8, which is actually a release client. So yeah, they're really, I mean, these are fluffy. But no, you could see these rows of cumulus clouds from satellites. I wish I could pull one up. There's got to be somewhere in the world that phenomena happening. And it's really cool from the ground to look at, and let alone that satellite showing those. And this real world, this isn't flight sim, you know how they have the rows and all. It really looks good. Let's look at these fluffy clouds as we pass them descending. Yeah, I've been loving 2.0 and the cloud development. Yeah, that flicker is kind of annoying. I haven't seen it yet. The other thing that was kind of annoying is you would get, and we're nowhere near thunderstorms right now, but you get into weather and part of the clouds look kind of like they should, and then the other half like a wave instead of a cloud. And I know people were sending screenshots. I sent several to try to get that fixed. So I think from what I'm seeing, they look pretty good. Let's see here. How's the weather looking? Uh-oh, where am I? There I am. Yeah, for the most part, we've passed up most of the weather. It's inbound New York, Philly, and ultimately passing through DC right now. So, yeah, we'll see how this all works out. So you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. Talking about this line over here and how it's showing up. Oh yeah, I have been just loving everything they've done. Um, Even that little hiccup they had back in 1 point something, where I kept CTDing, and it finally it boiled down to settings we as the user had to change. But oh wow. And then the MD11 doing the same thing, but again that boiled down to another setting. So, and then it's worked fine since. Matter of fact, I need to do an MD11 flight here short, but I want to think about a 747 again flight here in the near future. I've had a request, and I'm going to do some test flights to see what I think of it before I take it to streaming. All right, we're time to put them in the seats. All right, descent. All right, so landing elevation shows auto, the McDo arrival. All right, Godspeed, here we go again. Now let's just say Boston came on. Ooh, from Cairo to London, Bluefin is on with the 742. Nice. All right, so Godspeeding, just for you. If we needed to change from 1.5 to, oh my gosh, I can't do the math real quick. Doc, come on, there we go. 3.3. Okay, you would scroll up, find your airport, KBTV. 1.5 is the current runway in. You would click the line select there, arrival, and then go through and make your changes for 3.3. No, we are not changing to runway 3.3. As much as many people probably would like it, but with a wind at 211, I really like 1.5. But anyway, that's how you would do it. Go through it, get it all set up. Another thing, while we're here, let's go ahead, click the left side for cam. Any of them, but click the left side. You can see what you can do here. Access wind, update. And it will update your numbers. I don't know if it did or not here or not. I didn't see anything. But yeah, if you click the left, you can set up holds, airways, and stuff. Click the right-hand side. You can work your speed constraints, your, again, access, your wind data, step, if you have any step altitudes, all of that is right there. Okay, it did update. Just wanted to make sure. And then I like to leave this one, the left one on the performance page, the right one on the route. And also I use this one, as you saw, to go get my clearances and all. Now I could request weather here. I think I did it wrong. That's okay. Let's go back. Received. There's our telex again. There's BTV. And currently you can see our winds 200 at 11, 170, and variable 170 to 230, 10-mile visibility. Just a beautiful day into Burlington. Now, if you want, you could use these limited transmissions to ATC controllers. Now, there aren't many that actually will use it, but you can go through this and use it. And your screens right here will show it when they talk to you. Yeah, I've only had 2 controllers actually. One acknowledge, and that was it. The other one sort of kind of used it, but then it's just like I don't find them really using them. And I don't know really what to expect. I guess I need to catch a cross the pond event when that might really come in handy. I don't know. Okay, and just for the people to know, we are direct LLUND for the 1.5 ILS. Yeah, and that's where I found their bluefin. Over in Europe is where I find more controllers using it, but I really don't even know how to use it because somebody with this airline said they'd come up with me in Chicago, walk me through, what to expect, how to use it, and all of this. That was the last I heard from him. So either I somehow ticked him off or what. But um, I'm glad I had another streamer help me out with the telex that we can get that, even though we didn't get a gate number. Um, so, which is cool, because we did get one going into Philly. We did not get anything into Indianapolis. We're going to find out on the return trip if we get anything into Reagan, considering there are quite a few American flights into there. All right, okay. We are in a steeper descent. Okay, cool. Did I seatbelts on? Yes. All right. I would think Germany does. Oh my goodness. One of my Friday things on stream here is the Frankfurt tracker. How many flights trying to get in or get out of Frankfurt? We have seen it as high as 45. Ouch. Usually just one controller doing that. So that system would really help speed things up. I could see that. Oh, yeah, we stay far from Frankfurt. Now, for inbound, that's one thing, but most likely I can't hold frame rates to stay on VATSIM, so kind of stay clear of Frankfurt a lot, London a lot, and also Copenhagen. Although I stayed online the last time we were in Copenhagen trying to get out. We had somebody who couldn't, like I admit to, hold frame rates above 20. That's my assessment. And kept dropping offline after they gave him a clearance. Come back on, they do it again, and they put us literally in a 45-minute delay at that airport because they couldn't get this guy to respond. Either he was playing with them, or like I said, he kept coming on, dropping off, coming on, dropping off. And that's just not fair to the rest of the group. But I know some people enjoy that. Why, I don't know, but it is what it is. All right, we're going to 3010 LS constraints. Let's go LS and constraints, even though we probably won't need it. Again, if we need to divert, it's Boston out to Lund, was it? Hang on a second. Where are you, Sim Toolkit or Sim Brief? Oh, LEB, maybe Lebanon. I'm not certain. Yeah, Lebanon, VOR. I was pretty good guess there. Over to Kennebuck, and then in on the Ocean 5, if we have to do it. Hopefully, we don't. Yesterday, by the way, saw a couple of missed approaches. One intentional at Scott. I didn't want to touch down. The other one at Offutt, just because for some reason the plane got high again on the approach. Came around and we kept it right in. I must have misgauged. Maybe I throttled up too much. Who knows? But yeah, caused a little issue. We went around, did it again. And then we had troubles with the replay, and it was all me. I was all over the place and decided, stop it, cut it out, quit playing. And so that'll be fun for people to watch on the end of that. All right, we're going to set for the ILS 3200, stave 3200. All right, why we set that is so we can get ready for the ILS. Okay, we're going to be hitting the speed brakes here in a minute. All right, and should be on the ground here in about 5-10 minutes. Okay, folks, we're back with you. We are slowing. Let's help the process with some speed brakes. Now let me clear the printer here. All right, there we go. And we can pull the speed brakes off. All right, hang on a second. Let me make sure. Okay, there we go. I was muting all over the place. So I go, did I mute myself here? Sorry. We're descending to make 3,200 feet by stave. We are just about to join the ILS for runway 15 here in Burlington. And I hope you enjoy. This has been a pretty fun flight. We got another one coming at you right after this, headed from here to Reagan National. So look forward to that flight as well. I'm going to go ahead, drop us to 20, and let's get set up here. I think when I was a truck driver many years ago, I got up to Burlington once, well, twice, because I ended up crossing over into Montreal. Sorry if you're from Montreal. I don't have very many good things to say. Um, sorry. But Burlington, I actually enjoyed Burlington. For sure, one time I actually picked up or delivered here. I can't remember. Probably a pickup of paper of some kind. And fun run. It was fun. I forget the other place in Vermont besides New Hampshire. More pickups there than Vermont. All right, let's pull up this real quick. BTV, just want to check. BTV 110.314. Okay, everything looks good there. Also, what you can do here is go here, click RadNav. There's your ILS frequency. There's your, ILS identifier frequency. Front course 144. That does not sound right. Okay, it's 146, but okay. Okay, we're making the turn. I'm going to take over speed, slow us up to 210. Now, once we're below 230, the checklist says we could begin introducing flaps. The green dot right below the triangle, right here, that's your flap up speed. Oh, I already have that chart. Okay. All right, gate 6 out here on the end. Okay, got where I gotta go. So we'll probably come off at Bravo, maybe Alpha, but probably Bravo, taxi across, up Alpha, and hook into gate 6. All right, ILS is available. Click approach. And let's get this one dialed down to at least 40. Okay, everything looks good. Flaps 1. Speed brakes, let's get them armed. Okay. Now we're going to slow to, about 135. Don't have the runway as of yet. Okay. I do believe I see the runway. Flaps 2. Gear. If you're finding the plane not wanting to slow, I find putting the landing gear out, so long as you're below the proper speeds, will achieve what you want. Okay, spoilers armed, landing lights on, brake flange, cabins ready, we're ready, and we're slowing. The only thing we're not ready with, 118.3. Burlington area traffic, American 2134. About 5 mile final for runway 15 in sight, gear down. Flaps full, spoilers armed, gear 3 green, brake fans set, and we're cleared to land.
Burlington traffic, November 20811, approximately 20 miles south of the field, inbound on the ILS, runway 15 into Burlington. Burlington traffic.
Burlington traffic, American 2134, 3 mile final, 15, full stop. Okay, we'll be landing. That's why 211.
100 above.
300.
Minimum.
200. Terrain. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Retard.
10.
5.
All right, I didn't catch the landing rate. I'll get it when I get to the gate. Coming off at Bravo, it looks like. And we're not on that. Hang on a second. There we go. Burlington traffic, American 2134, off at Bravo to gate number 6. Okay, let's head on over to gate 6.
Burlington traffic, November 2081, 10 miles final, runway 15, Burlington.
Okay, parking brakes set. APU available, bleed available. All right, there you have it, folks. We are in the blocks. Let's see how the airline did. How we did, 147 feet a minute. Not bad. Does it give it by chance? No, it doesn't. All right, so we'll file that. Close that. Bear with me a second here as I like to see what my flight did. All right, we got 195 points. Let's see what all it did record. Okay, safe landing rate, starting point connected. Okay, everything's good. Okay, overall a good flight. Just seeing. .147 feet a minute. Really a nice flight. We'll head back to dashboard. We'll be there in a second. Okay. Let me get rid of Sim Toolkit up at the top. We're going to bring in Sim Toolkit here real quick. Actually, no. Let's do Elevate Tech first. Levatech, where are you? There you are. All right. So there's our flight. You can see pretty well flown as expected. Complete it. And according to this, we 144 feet a minute, 117, a little slow, 1.4 Gs. Not bad, good landing. And we'll take a look into more in depth on this here in a moment. Now let's look at Sim Toolkit real quick. Actually nicer to us at 125 feet a minute. Still 117, still 1.5-ish. But yeah, you can see everything we did up here. We did pretty decently. So overall looks pretty good on the flight side of it. Let's take a look at the numbers. This is what you get with Sim Toolkit and why I like it more. Okay, we get all of this with everything else. However, you do not get, and I think we kind of fudged a little bit ahead. I kind of drifted up again. So yeah, we were almost 1,950 feet down the runway, 11 feet off center, and still overall the numbers are good. Got to kind of watch my pitch because I almost could strike the tail at that number. So A321, that's a good chance of a tail strike. All right, but again, those of you familiar with the program here, we aim for these big white marks on these precision runways. Why? That is your visual cue for the best place to land. Now, will you float like we did a little, or will you come in slightly under? Yeah. Goal is anywhere from that blue dot to the last set of hashes on here. And that'll be determined by runway length. Okay, so we're still good 600 feet inside the landing area. Now, could you land out here? Yeah, mini pilot would go around because as you start seeing these, they're telling you how much to the end of the runway. That's bad if you end up off there. So, we did a good landing overall.
November 811, clear of runway 15, taxiing to Atlantic Burlington.
Well, there he is, right there. Right there. Sorry, folks. All right. Now, if you leave these equipment in auto, they'll disappear in about 15 or so minutes. I am going to go ahead, come in here. Keep them out here for now. And we're going to start the turnaround here in a moment. For those of you on YouTube, we have to say goodbye to you on this flight. We're going to shut this flight down. The stream for Twitch will continue. So if you're on Twitch, hang around. We'll be getting it started here shortly. But for those of you on YouTube, this is where it ends. We'll have another video for the second flight here afterwards. All right. So for now, YouTubers, thank you so much for your coming on, watching the video as a video, not live. And we thank you much. We are putting some clips up to YouTube as we speak. So check them out. We love that a lot of you have already liked the first one we did. We got another one up there. And we're going to try to come up with some better ones. By the way, let's see how that looks. Way off in the distance out there, those blue doors, that's the Air National Guard. You know, we got to protect ourselves from Canada.
Traffic United 556 on a right downwind for runway 15. We'll be joining the ILS for runway 15.
Those Canucks. Wascally County Mounties up there. All right. So, hey, we'll be back. Like I said, Twitchers, hang tight. And YouTube, we'll be back on another video. God bless.